People may not know this, but I spend a tremendous amount of time reading my comments section of every video that I make. I make it a point to read every single comment, even if I can't answer all of them. Now, I have made 28 videos specifically about Arc Raiders. And between those videos, I have amassed 5,822 comments total as of the recording of this video. Almost 6,000 people took the time to share their opinion about Arc Raiders, and boy, do they have a message for Embark. And that message is clear and getting louder every video I make. Embark, you're going to want to hear this. Let's talk about it. So what is the message, you ask? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The Arc Raiders community wants a dedicated PvE only mode, and they want it badly. Across all my videos, the same comments keep appearing over and over. Players threatening to quit or saying that they have already quit the game until a PvE mode is added. Players saying the extraction experience is ruined by ratting. Players who say they came to Arc Raiders for the PvE experience, and they feel like it's constantly under threat from players who have no interest in fighting Arc at all, just other raiders. And my Discord, same story, overwhelmingly PvE, the people who chose to join that community telling me the same thing that the comment section of every video is telling me. This is not a fringe request. This is the dominant voice in the community. And it's been getting louder every single video. Now, I want to be fair here. Not everyone in the community agrees. There is a group of players who believe a dedicated PvE mode would actually kill the game. Their argument is that the tension between PvP and PvE is what makes the game unique. The risk of running into another raider is what gives every extraction its weight. Without that threat, the game loses something fundamental that can't be replaced, and honestly, that's not an unreasonable position. I get it. The fear of another player is a completely different kind of tension than fighting Arc. Some players love that. Some players built their whole experience around that. But here's what the actual data tells me. For every one comment defending PvP, there are many, many more demanding a PvE alternative. And the PvE crowd is not just asking politely anymore. Now they're issuing ultimatums. They're leaving, and they're taking abuse for it. They're being called names just for simply making a game request. That last part kind of bothers me a little bit. It brings me to something I think Embark needs to really pay close attention to. When a community starts attacking each other over a game mode request, that's a sign that something has gone wrong. PvE players are not asking for the game to be easier. They're not asking for Embark to get rid of PvP. They're simply asking for a space where they can enjoy the experience that they paid for without the constant threat of another player stealing everything they worked for. And instead of being heard, they're being dismissed. They're being called weak, babies, pussies. They're also being called bad at the game. They're being told to get good or go play something else. That toxicity does not just hurt the PvE players, it hurts the whole community. And when players feel unwelcome, they don't go get better at the game, they just leave it. And the player data and my comment sections prove that. Arc Raiders has experienced an 80% drop in player rates over the last 4 months. It can't be a simple coincidence that my comment sections are filled with players threatening or stating that they left the game because of this. Now, here's what I find most impressive about this community. They're not just complaining. Some are problem solving, because a full PvE only mode is not the only answer. My community has been generating creative solutions that could address the tension without splitting the player base. Some are suggesting a bounty system where players who kill other raiders get marked on the map, giving PvE players a chance to avoid them or other players a chance to hunt them down. Justice inside the existing system. Others want a passive mode and opt out of PvP for a reduced loot or XP bonus. You choose safety, but you pay a price for it. That keeps the risk and reward balance intact while giving PvE players a choice. And some are asking for separate queues with shared progression, meaning PvE and PvP players live in different lobbies, but their gear, missions, and character progression carry over between both. You get the best of both worlds without forcing anyone into a playstyle they didn't sign up for. See, those aren't radical ideas, those are reasonable compromises from a community that genuinely loves this game and wants to keep playing it. So Embark, here's what I want you to hear. And I say this as someone who has defended you publicly, who has covered your game for 5 months, who's told his audience not to give up on you when everyone else was walking away. I have 28 Arc Raiders videos and counting, almost 6,000 comments so far. And the message inside those comments is consistent, it's urgent, and it's getting louder. Your PvE players love this game. They bought it, they play it, they talk about it, they build communities around it. They're not asking you to change Arc Raiders, they're asking you to protect their place in it. You just announced that the biggest update in the game's history is coming in October. That's 5 months away. And right now your PvE player base is bleeding out one frustrated comment at a time. You don't have to solve everything today, but you have to let them know that you hear them because the data says they're leaving. And once they're gone, getting them back is a much harder problem than keeping them in the first place. I believe in what you're building. I believe Frozen Trail is going to be something special. But between now and October, your PvE community needs to know that they matter. Embark, are you listening? And to my community, drop it in the comments. Are you PvE or PvP? And what would it take to keep you in the game until October? I genuinely want to know. If you enjoy this type of content, please hit subscribe. I post every 3 days. And if you want more than what YouTube gets, consider joining the Patreon. That link is in the description. I'll see you topside.